Well, hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to be with us today. The title of this is Thinking Outside the Benefit Box. My name is Kim Kent. I'm the Wellbeing Coordinator of Team Horner Group. And along with my partner, Diane McMillan, we founded our wellbeing program, which we call Color Me Healthy. And we've been doing this for 11 years. So you could say, and we describe it as a robust well-being program. We have lots of programs and services that really address all aspects of what we like to call well-being. That's a transitionary phrase from the term wellness before, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later. The reason that we think our program works so well is because it's a bottom-up program. Volunteer teammates make up the decision-making group called Color Me Healthy Team that decides which programs and services that we're going to offer. That's right. It's teammates who decide. So say that anyone can suggest a program. We'll always take it under advisement. The people on the Color Me Healthy team, say even Bill Kent, CEO, he might come up with an idea. It still has to go through the Color Me Healthy team to decide if it's something that we want to offer. So they're the ones that get to make the decision. So when you empower teammates to do that, it makes a big difference. So you might notice that I had the same last name as the CEO, Bill Kent. And for those of you who don't know, I am Bill's wife. I just wanted to say it is a privilege to be his wife, and I'm so lucky to be able to do what I love to do for Team Horner, which is so near and dear to his heart. I was in the well-being space long before I met Bill. And so it's now such a privilege for Diane and I to be able to do what we do. You know, we do have the resources and really most importantly, the company culture to support programs that really do go outside the benefit box. But really any size company, whoever you represent today, can do some of the things that we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to run through just a few ideas and thoughts for you, and then we'll have plenty of time towards the end for questions. So sorry that we're not going to be interactive at this point, but we certainly will be, because I won't be long-winded. Although I know some of you who know me know I can be, but I'm going to keep it short and tight because we're on a schedule. So next up, I want to talk to you about, when it comes to what people think about benefits, are you like me? You're thinking money. It's always on our minds. And I'm sure we agree on that. So benefits such as things like health insurance, 401ks, bonuses, commissions, vacation, those are the traditional things that we think of. And of course, they're very important. They're super important. But is there more? Absolutely. So what do you think you can do that is impactful, cost-effective, and could be low maintenance to let your teammates and potential teammates feel the most valued? Well, what an interesting, simple concept. The most important thing we can do is to show appreciation. So according to Gallup, we rely a lot on the Gallup information. They do just a beautiful job of giving us data that's very well researched and presented. And one of the things that they say is that only 1 in 3 US employees strongly agree that in the last week that they've received any recognition or praise for doing good work. And only 1 in 5 agree that their performance is managed in a way that motivates them to do outstanding work. So that's an important factor. So that's the reason that it's very well researched and there's a lot of data on it. I'm not making this stuff up, but showing appreciation is just one of the key things we can do. And that doesn't cost anything other than a little bit of mindfulness. So sometimes it's really as simple as some of these little simple things that you see over here. Number 1, a smile. How often do we jump into the day's task and grunt, good morning? You know, a smile is just imperative and it can make all the difference in the world. Now, I do know that when you haven't had your coffee and your teammates are coming in, you really would just rather say good morning, but just a smile. Try not to make it inauthentic. Don't be all cheesy like the dog you see in the picture there, but a simple smile can make a difference. Even when you're talking on the phone, I'm sure you've heard this before, when you're talking on the phone and you're smiling, your voice comes across better and your message is received better. So if you have a serious topic, you're not going to smile and fake your way through it. But just saying good morning to someone with a smile makes a huge difference. A thank you. Simply saying thank you means the world. A job well done, heads up, great work, a simple attaboy, attagirl. Those things go a long way, those verbal communications. And because, people really do want to feel valued, supported, heard, and appreciated. Just ask them and they'll tell you. And again, with the Gallup, they have done a lot of research on this and show that companies that do have a recognition program have 31% less voluntary turnover. You can do something showing appreciation. You can do a plaque, you can do a certificate, you can do a handwritten thank you note. Now, wow, that goes a long way. And one of the things that's great to do is do something publicly in front of their fellow teammates. It's important for people to feel recognized, and it's not a secret that you, the boss, manager, have said well done in front of other people. And those can be done in just so many ways. And how often you show appreciation matters as well. And again, Gallup shows that it's not once a year, not once a quarter, and not once a month, but every 7 days. It's good for your teammate, your employee, to hear some word of appreciation, a thank you, some kind of recognition. And it doesn't have to be over the top, just some simple form of that. You don't have to keep track. I'm not telling you to get a spreadsheet and keep track of which employee you said what to, but just mindfulness. Keep it in your mind that it's that simple, that you have to show appreciation for people. And then another beautiful part of what you can do is showing people that you care about their well-being. I love this picture of Maria, and so many of you know Maria on the left with their little heart there, because she is really good about showing fellow teammates for many years, that she's been with us for a long, long time, showing people appreciation, and it's felt, and really showing people that she cares about them. And when it comes to your well-being, well-being is a term that, again, used to be wellness, we kind of like well-being now. And people used to always think that meant nutrition and exercise. So when Diane and I first started our Economy Healthy program, we'd walk around campus and people would like hide their food, not wanting to show us what they're eating. Well, it's never about that for us. It's about the whole person, and it's about what you are wanting to focus on, because everybody's different. So we focus on mental, emotional, relational, physical health. And that's what the well-being is now. We spend a lot of time focusing on stress reduction, because I don't know about you, but people do seem to have a lot of stress in their work, in their families, in their life, and in the world. So we do focus on caring about people and showing we care, because that alone is very stress reducing. So I have a few pictures here. I wanted to kind of give you some thoughts on some things. The lower left, you'll see a picture of, those are a company from called Ultimate Replenisher, and it's an electrolyte company, one of those powdered electrolytes. Some of them aren't as tasty as others. That's one that we do provide our teammates. Particularly, we really provide them for people who are driving, people who work in the warehouse or being outside. And some of you may have teammates like that as well. And, everybody's talking about the weather. Yes, it's the hottest season ever. But, in Florida or in summer, most places, it's hot every year. And so we need to be mindful about taking care of those people. And I'm sure you provide water for people, but that extra boost with an electrolyte, it has more power to hydrate the full body. And it's better than throwing somebody a bottle of Gatorade, which doesn't necessarily have all these great ingredients in it, but these do. And so just be mindful of hydrating people and knowing that you care about their physical being, particularly in the heat. And then even things like blood pressure checks, you can get your fire department to come and do blood pressure checks at your workplace in some communities, but there's lots of free resources like that you can do that. And it's a wake-up call for a lot of people when you do offer even simple services like that. We always find someone who needs to be referred to get further care when we do blood pressure checks. We do full-on health fairs with Team Horner because we have the resources to do that. But even a simple test like that is important. And then CPR, when you think about how important it is for someone in your business to know CPR, and the fact that you could offer something like that for them. The CPR and the AED training is something we do every 2 years. And we have one coming up in September. And if anybody's interested in joining us and being a part of that, we would welcome you to come if you're local in Fort Lauderdale. We'd be happy to have you be a part of that because it's real important. And that, again, as a company, you're showing people that you care about them because you are training them in something that could be life-saving. And then up on the next corner here, you have Pamela Zabala, who's a member of our worldwide team. And she's an artist, and she has expressed that she found doing her artwork was very relaxing and very helpful for stress reduction in her own life. And she offered to do a workshop for our teammates. And so she came in and, we figured, a few people will show up to do painting. So we got easels and paint and nothing real expensive, just some simple tools. Well, we had like 36 people come because people were so curious about it. And the feedback was, it really provided a sense of community, working together, and also that they got to do something creative and use another part of their brain. And I can tell you, they went back to work more relaxed, with less stress. And anytime you do anything to reduce stress, you're going to get a more productive employee because they're going to feel better and they're going to have time to then focus on their work in a better, more productive way. And then underneath that picture of Pamela doing the art is Laura Costanza, who is our education mentor, coordinator, and director. She's just amazing. A lot of you know her. And, she has a passion about plants. So she did a workshop, an outdoor workshop, and had seedlings that she'd been preparing, which didn't cost anything, and brought plants for everybody, and then educated us on how to take care of plants. And just being outside and focusing on something different than work for a short amount of time, it was super helpful, very relaxing and stress reducing. So again, another kind of out of the box thing that you can do just to give you, it kind of gets your thoughts going on. What can you do in your own company that could be, even from your own resources and talents from within, that you could do to help people relax in some simple way? And then up at the top, you'll see there's a massage chair. And I'm pretty sure that shot was given to us by Jerry Mason. And I think that might be in Cape Coral. So you can find a space to offer programs. I mean, they're very creative in the branches. They have put in exercise machines in places. And this was a massage day. We do massage days in both campuses in Fort Lauderdale and in St. Pete. And multiple branches have offered that to their teammates now too. And the feedback for us, it's the most asked for program that we do with all the many things we do in our well-being programs. And it's the most appreciated. We get the most feedback about massage day. So again, it's not something that you can do all the time, but it is something you could offer. And even if it's too pricey and something that you don't like the price point for what a massage day would cost, you can do something to have an incentive to be able to do gift certificates so that someone could win a massage and have a random drawing or something. So someone could get a massage and have something to look forward to. Again, showing people you care about their well-being. And the last slide is one of my favorites down there. It looks like a bunch of people are just hanging out outside their cubicles, but it's productive because our yoga meditation teacher has taught people how to do relaxing and breathing and simple things that you can learn online. Or you might have someone in your department, someone in your company who could learn this, and you could actually take a 5-minute break and do breathing and bring everybody's stress level down. You could do this outside. You could do it in a kitchen. You could do it in a hallway. It can be anywhere. So those are some examples of some things that we feel, that people feel that they're cared about. And I want to make sure that you are aware that you can reach out to me and Diane, and you can put a note at the end of this presentation that you would like us to help you come up with some things in your own company. We love our customers. And you know that about Team Horner. And so we are resources to you, and we're happy to reach out to you, because what we come up with for our company could be very different than your population. And we understand that every population is different, and your budget might be very different. But we are pretty good at coming up with ideas and ways to help people feel good about what you're offering them. And those are very much outside the normal benefit box, and we can help you come up with that. So I want to make sure that you are aware that we're here for you. And another thing that I know you've thought of this is having fun together. Heck yeah. So, laughter, is just a big stress reducer. And there's actually studies that show how people perform better when they've had a chance to have a little laughter break, and so we do things to get people laughing, and they're natural ways. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to know that you throw a pie in someone's face, you're going to get some good laughter. That goes along with some things we do of our community involvement. But we do the pie in the face contest, and actually Diane started that over in St. Pete. And it was such a big hit. We were like, oh, we have to come up with a way to throw some pies in people's faces and get people laughing. It may not be your thing, but I'm telling you, it works in our populations. The other thing that you can do so simply is to have a fun obstacle course. Create some, I think some of them are silly, but silly sometimes gets people laughing. But we do an obstacle course in Fort Lauderdale. They do a cornhole tournament in St. Pete because that's what their people like. And so you come up with things that are just downright fun. Again, very cost effective, doesn't take a lot of time, but it gives people an outlet for, again, that relaxing and laughing together. At the bottom, I wanted to point out, you'll see a lot of Bea Borges with Lochlor. And she does this wacky white elephant gift contest. We try to do it every year, and that's when you bring one of those silly gifts that you don't want. You wrap it up, and you all share time together, and somebody gets one of these goofy gifts. Again, simple, fun. Many creative ways that you can do that, but the point is having fun together. And then lastly, on the right, you'll see Bill and some of our really wonderful teammates who are honored at our what we call our 5 and 10 event, and that's honoring long-term teammates. And that is a more formal recognition, and we talked about how important recognition is. This is a more formal way to do it, and we have a dinner, we have an event and presentations, but invariably at these events, there's always laughter involved, and we're having fun together, and we're creating that team and that camaraderie together. So that's another key element of well-being and doing something very much outside that regular benefit box. Come up with ways to have fun together. And then one of our last ideas, and we have found this surprising to be one of the really key ways that people feel valued. And interestingly enough, it's not about what you're doing for them, but it's helping them do for others. So showing that you care and about others and your community as a company are some real simple ways. And many of you, I know, do a lot of these things, and we'll have some time at the end to share about your thoughts on some of these things and give us ideas of things you've done. But I wanted to mention some of the things that we've done that have been just such big hits. And again, simple, doing a food drive, a book drive for children. We've done that for multiple years. As I mentioned, in St. Pete, they do the breast cancer walk. You can't do every cause, but that as a team is what they do every year, and it creates a lot of excitement. And then along with that, they do the pie in the face contest, and it creates a lot of fun and excitement, and everything's about raising money for breast cancer. And in Fort Lauderdale, our team does the Alzheimer's walk. And now we do the pie in the face along with the Alzheimer's walk too. But again, doing for others, helping raise money and awareness for these great causes is great. And however big or small your company is, you probably have people that have particular causes that you can impact and make a difference. But it makes a difference when you work together to do this recognition, raise money and awareness, but you do it as a team. It really makes a difference in how people feel about themselves and creating that camaraderie again. And then we have a thing for the elderly. It's one of my things. And so we've done parties and take gifts to nursing homes. And that's another very simple thing. And even if you don't have to physically buy anything to take to any of these places, you'll see Bruna with Stone Heartcapes in the middle there, just talking to someone. Again, it's that smile, it's that listening. So there's lots of opportunities to serve the elderly and to serve children in our communities. Again, anybody who needs resources and ideas on how to do that, Diane and I both have a lot of information on that. And then on the right, I can't not mention what Team Horner does. That is really a big deal. And that's something that Bill started with Every Child a Swimmer. And most of you probably know that that's our big thing as a company. And you see Every Child a Swimmer on all of our teammates' shirts, and that logo is there because saving a child's life and teaching children to swim, I mean, wow, that's a no-brainer on how great that makes people feel. So that's a big movement that we've done as a company, giving people the opportunity to get swim lessons and making sure people understand how important that is. So we could talk all day on that, but I'll let Bill share more about that with you at another time. But Every Child a Swimmer is super important to us. And we as a team just feel so good that our company shows not only do they care about us, but they care about our community. And for us, that's a big deal. So last, because I do want to open it up for questions and some interaction with you, but I've used this before because I just love this Richard Branson saying, and take care of your employees and they will take care of you. It's as simple as that. And when it comes to thinking outside the benefit box, that's what the key is. The showing appreciation, taking care of your people, besides just the money and the traditional benefits, it's as simple as that. So smiling makes a difference. So for now, I wanted to thank you for your attention. That's the end of the formal presentation. So thank you for being here.